Hello everybody, it's Zach again. Long time no see. I'm coming at you with a cubic deck profile. Now for real quick, this was in Dark Side Dimensions, the movie, played by the main villain Aigami or Diva. And let's begin. So I'm playing 3, Crimson Nova, the Dark Cubic Lord. You can reveal 3 different cubic cards in your hand, special summon him. He's unaffected by monsters with 3,000 or less original attack. He can attack twice, and he burns for 3,000 during your end phase, which is pretty good. And then I play 3 Duza, the Meteor Cubic Vessel. What he can do is send a cubic spell or trap from your deck to the grave, which is very important. And then I play 3 Pajam, the Cubic Seed. Pretty much if your opponent attacks it, you can put it in your spell or trap zone. It's not destroyed, and your opponent's monster's effects are negated, and they can attack. But mainly you're going to need this card for a few other cards, which I'll get into in a bit. Actually, right now. So 1 Dark Garnix, a Cubic Beast. You just need 1 Cubic Monster. Again, for these next 5 cards I'm going to mention, Vijama is what you're going to need. So he gains 1,000 and can attack. And then when he's sent to the grave, you can search Blade Garudia. Blade Garudia, you send 2 cubics. His attack is 2,000 and he can attack twice. And then when he's sent to the grave, you add Buster Gundale. So what he does, you send 3 cubics to the grave. He can attack 3 times with 3,000 attack. But when he is sent to the grave, you can add a cubic card from your deck to your hand. And then play 1 Vulking, the Cubic King. His attack becomes 1,600. He can burn your opponent for 800. And then when he's sent to the grave, you can add the Cubic Emperor. His attack is 2,400. You can burn for 800, and then you can, when he's sent to the grave, just like the 3K guy, you can add a card from your deck to your hand. So spoiler alert, this is mainly a burn deck and OTK. I do play 3 Summoner Monk, just in case I have a certain card, which I'll get into after. This could get me into Duza, no problem, to make rank 4s. And then for the spells, I'm playing 3 Cubic Karma. So you don't use the first 2 effects that much, but basically you can send Vijam, target a cubic monster you control, it gains 800 for each Vijam you sent. And then if a cubic monster is special summoned, a Vijam is special summoned by a cubic monster, you can send this to the grave and half your opponent's life points. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard, add a cubic card from your deck to your hand. So this is what you're going to need for Duza's effect, as well as Foolish Burial Goods, which spoiler alert, but I am playing. For more OTK potential, it's Cubic Wave. Basically, you can target 2 monsters, a cubic monster you control, and a monster your opponent controls. Your cubic monster gains double its attack, while your opponent's monster loses half its attack. Then you can banish this, put any counters on your opponent's monsters, and their effects are negated, and I think they can't attack either, so. Then play 1 Fusion Decryption, whatever it's called. Basically, you reveal this, cubic monster in your extra deck, with spoilers, there's just 1. And then you can add Crimson Nova from your deck to your hand. And then I play 2 Recurring Nightmare. Reason why I play this is because you can add your Vijams back to your hand, as well as Crimson Nova, because its defense is 0. And then I play the 2 Foolish Burial Goods for your Cubic Karmas. There's another card too, which I'll get into shortly, but ideally you want to send Cubic Karma first. Then I play 2 Twin Twisters for back row removal, and then I play 3 Unification of the Cubic Lords. So this is your fusion summon of the deck, and you can banish it from your grave and special summon a cubic monster, a level 4 or lower cubic from your deck. Again, this is the other target for both Duza and Cubic Karma. I mean, not Cubic Karma, excuse me, Foolish Burial Goods, but again, ideally, you want Cubic Karma. Necrofusion, this is in case I can't resolve the fusion effect and I can banish from my grave. Then I play 2 Solemn Strikes and Solemn Warning to say no. Then I play 2 Quaking and 1 Storming, just in case my opponent has something. So now I'll move on to the extra deck. As I'm playing 2 Crimson Nova Trinity, the Dark Cubic Lord. You barely make this guy out. What you're going to want to do is, this requires 3 Crimson Nova, the Dark Cubic Lord. He's unaffected, again, by everything. He can attack twice, and then per each attack, before you attack twice, you can burn your opponent for half their life points. And then if your opponent were to inflict effect damage to you, you can inflict that same amount of damage to your opponent. So it could win you or give you a draw if you're lucky. So that's it for the fusions. And then I play Juggernaut Libe, gains 2,000 attack and it can be an OTK. Rail Cannon can protect your monsters. And then Gustav Max for burn damage. And then another way of getting these guys out is number 27. So when it's destroyed, you can just bring out a bigger guy using him. Dark Rebellion for more attack and OTK potential. And then I played the Utopia package. So this gets you into this, and then this gets you into this. More materials for lightning. And when he attacks, he becomes 5,000. And then I play Castell. Pretty much you detach 2 and send a card back into the deck, which is great for threats. And then this is your Book of Moon for the deck to put it face down defense position. And then I play the one Honor Arc. This is here to get rid of opponent's threats by making it one of your materials, which is awesome. Direwolf, this is here for destroying more stuff as well as him. And then I play the one Gaga Cowboy for burn damage. Real quick, I forgot to mention this before, but your Dark Garnex, your like all the other guys that can like search the other whatever, you don't summon those ideally. What you do is you bring out your Cubic Lord using their effects, like his effect. But for the other guys, no, you hardly summon them. If you want to, if your hand's that shitty, go for it. But that's it for the deck profile. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.